Hello everyone and welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to be looking at slope-intercept form and how do you use that to find the slope and y-intercept when you're given an equation similar to the one you see up on the screen. Just a reminder, this is the full lesson version of this video, so we're going to go step by step with a bunch of examples. If you want the short version where we go through just the main ideas very quickly, I will link that in the description below. So slope-intercept form is this formula that you see written up, y equals mx plus b. And a couple things to note here. Number one, the y and the x never change. They just stay y and x. The m and the b will be numbers, all right? And m is the slope. B is the y-intercept. Okay, we're talking about if you were to graph this, put it on a graph, the slope and the y-intercept are good to know, all right? And you'll notice that this problem underneath it looks very similar to, because the y is in the same spot, the x is in the same spot. And so we can look at this algebra, this equation down here, and we should be able to say the slope and the y-intercept pretty quickly, because the slope is m, which is always the number next to the x. So what number is next to the x? 12. So m, the slope, equals 12. And the number that is off by itself, okay, we'll call it the lonely number. It doesn't have a variable attached to it, is the y-intercept. So that means that 6 is the y-intercept. Okay, and that is usually represented by the letter B. All right, it's time to practice what you just learned. Go ahead and pause the video and try these two problems on your own. And when you're ready, you can unpause the video and we will check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. For the first problem, you should have said the slope m equals -2, and you should have said the y-intercept b is -11. And for the second problem, you should have said the slope equals 1/3. It can be a fraction, that's fine. And the y-intercept b is -1. All right, for these two problems, there's two things we need to know. Let's look at this problem on the left first. There is no number in front of the x. But there is actually, okay? It's an invisible 1, right? So don't forget that if you just see an x there, it's an invisible 1. So here the slope would be -1, b would be -3, the y-intercept, okay? Now for this problem on the right, this is a problem that I see a lot of students get wrong because they want to say, oh, they want to say the slope is 3 and the y-intercept is 4. And that is incorrect. And the reason is because they've switched the order on you, right? So remember, the number next to the x is always the slope. Always, always, always. So just because they reverse or change the order doesn't mean we change our answer. So the slope is 4 and the y-intercept is 3. All right. Here's our cool clock for today, which means it's time for you to practice what you just learned. Go ahead and pause the video and try these two problems on your own. And when you're ready, you can unpause the video and we will check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. For the first problem, they changed the order on you, but you should have said the slope is 5 and the y-intercept is 4. And for the second problem, you should have said the slope is +1 because there's an invisible 1 there, and the y-intercept is -1. All right, that is it for today. I hope you all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.